The stake in the law of contradiction is to forfeit emotion. The more you care, the more you love, the more the world tries to expel the affection. Feet firmly planted in the pursuit of avarice by the frailty of our own hearts, the power of darkness knows no bounds. Guilt is for the selfish and unloving, so must we siphon excitement and be left with apathy. Cast off the shackles placed upon us. Our hearts are unwavering beneath the blanket black as night, intertwined with the destruction of my nightmare. Taking place under the guidance of the stars is a place of the false reality you afflicted, where the bright wind of rejuvenation soars through my world, only to digress through muddy water once more. Suffice to say, I am still broken, under the spell of your captivating radiance. You were to land on soft clouds reaching for the stars, but rather it trapped you in a storm, the very clouds that were supposed to keep you safe. How cynical as you have been thrown to the wolves to perish under the sword of their self-hatred. Like a message thrown into the sea, not knowing its own destiny, you were a game frantically chosen in the silver haze without knowledge that you were their accomplice. With nothing more than a lightning rod to weather the storm, the prey cries out in anguish, lost in the threads of time, only to bear witness to its true fangs. Quite the fall from grace, in the thrills of savage passion, in full extent of our deepest desires. Indulging its insatiable habits, vanished from my sight as quickly as she appeared. Napalm dripping from my hands, the lack of words do not hush the mayhem heard through the ears of these pages. While the exhilarating sight becomes unforgettable, as if you had appeared before me for the first time. Deep in my consciousness, I can see with vivid focus, a light that flickers bouncing from wall to wall, with intense curiosity following it to the ends of the earth, only to find my journey is just beginning. In the form of a goddess, she reveals herself to me, her body in heavenly glow. As her hand holds mine, I recognize her touch immediately. Our hands intertwined, and her wings take flight. How sweet the feeling, like strawberries and cream. Will I reach transcendence to meet you again? The road to hell is paved with good intentions, as they may have unintended consequences. Their practice is for the greater good, but always leaves collateral damage. In hopes for something that will never happen, drugged by the culture changing the temperature of the heart. Tear from the pages the sound of silence, sacrificing themselves to cultivate a garden, all for the taste of the high the mind craves, vanishing into fragments, untouched by the hands of anyone before you. Take a look in the mirror a little closer. You were supposed to exist loudly in the midst of all this chaos. Here you stand holding your innocent heart, without a crack in that cinder block sweater. You are no less bulletproof than I. Yet the more you bleed, the more your love becomes unconditional. All rationality and logic is thrown out the window, choosing to be more than meets the eye. Do not be blindsided by his ironclad composure. There comes a time where even frost feels warmth. To possess the forbearance sophisticated enough, zoom in as the allure of darkness fades closer, bringing elegance to all its glory. That is you. Infect me with your virus, pulsating through my veins, messing with my head. Delusional am I to be tamed by you, losing sleep over a living nightmare, just for the chance at temporary happiness. The smile you used to deceive, now resembling winter as you trample on these lifeless flowers. You were always protected using the allure of vanity as your armor. How foolish of me to think that this transparency was ever attainable, left with nothing but cold air, dancing on my hands. Within the chaos of the world, their cutting stares and their words shooting bullets, you do not have to live up to their expectation. Do not climb a mountain just to prove you are the sun and the moon among the stars in the sky. Release the weight that Atlas could not. Free yourself of the voice inside your head. Look past the smoke and mirrors and see. Their worst intentions that you held on to so deeply is not heaven. Walk yourself out of the burning wreckage and into you, the you that everyone is desperately trying to catch up to. Radiant memories are deeply engraved in my heart, like the day a flower blooms. I hear it from afar, your breath, your voice. Even in my dreams, the sound of you beckons to me, evoking feelings of felicity, like a dwindling flame under the moonlit frost, white darkness wrapped in the warm rays of spring sunshine. Sever my feelings, I cry. Tranquility is but a nightmare hiding behind a veil. Lose yourself in all that is luscious, for the road ahead has lost its glimmer, and all that remains is the transformation that is you, a masterpiece of art. To face the world wholeheartedly, not letting the cruel world muddy the waters. Embark the journey of kindness, not for anything in return but for the sake of a killing spree. As many times as a knife to the back, that many more to pick up a fallen, whether it's with gesture or words, the hidden aura displays its conversation. Amity is reverence as a king is a god, for a non-believer to stand tall, who must fall. And with every smile you put kerosene to a match. Now just watch the world burn. God of direction and time, I ask you. Be my guide across the river Styx, as I aim to stun the heavens. I will not sully your name in its reckoning, leaving only nostalgia as the parting memento. May it imbue with silence of the raging seas. Color me impressed as you walk through the valley of adversity. The specifics are of little consequence, as endearing as it is. To be cloaked in wings of shadow, with no regard for existential woes, shattering the coveted jewel of dystopia. For you will rouse the land beneath us, in its amalgamation once more. If one day I am no longer here in the physical, I can see clearly your carnage to quell the rage, in hopes to stumble upon what was left of my unrivaled infectious spirit. What is a beautiful life without a beautiful death, to be left with only a band-aid for the pain, just out of reach from walking on shattered glass? Only I can see when you are about to cry. We are both the glittering garnet and the creature that lurks in the shadows. Choose to glitter, for we will meet at Valhalla soon enough. Destiny, I beseech to you, to connect the dots looking forward. Immerse our light and swallow us into your infinite veil of hope. Release us from our perpetual obedience and set us free. Purify and purge us of our miserable fates, whilst the only birthright we claim be enslaving our emotions, for that burden is like a drop of rain on the seeds of our sins, so bloom into the darkness and ask for forgiveness, as to be emotional is what it means to be human. All this fighting still means we hold each other dear. My heart would fall apart at the sound of your name, as winter paints the city cold. You would rather face a screen than to look at me, paralyzed in everything I wanted you to be, with incessant blinking to dry these tears. You swirl your glass full of effervescence, watching the ice beneath me crack. Likely am I stranded in the desert, clinging for a taste, waiting for the free fall in a glass half empty. I wish I could take back the air in my lungs as I cough and breathe to seize the affliction, lost in thoughts that cannot be put into translation. All the lackluster vanity I feel inside. Why is it that I crave affirmation from the one who torn me to pieces? Why is I love you, the ultimate form of enchantment, when happy endings do not exist? The princess longing for true love's kiss, with the dashing knight in shining armor, wanting so badly for the pieces to mend inside. These thoughts linger as my lungs fill with the misty-eyed glimmer of my reflection. 3 little words felt smaller each day, blind eyes punishing fragile wings. How am I supposed to trust ever again? Staring at the gray sky. Make me a believer in things that are not real, where the grass is greener so I do not have to feel. Flowers on your head now belong to a grave, rising in a siege of sweet tomorrow. So close your eyes and follow, as I do not need answers, only for you to stay. To be grateful of your blessings is to see the world with your mind's eye, being able to immerse in the present moment and release the restraints put onto you by society. Hold kindness in your hearts, in hopes that it will spread like wildfire, love without condition as the hopeless romantic with endless desire. Show the world your fashionable vanity without conforming to their ruling. Take stride in the carefree persona, for diamonds are only for fooling. Do not conceal the creative sensibility, for if your eyes could speak, what would they say? Tell me when you close your eyes all you see is me. Heart is surfing, lips smothered with gloss so before the waves crash to shore. Kiss me like you want to stay, even when you are leaving, as I lay lonely in your bed. Show me there is a future even when you do not see it. Love me behind closed doors. Turn up the music so no one can hear. Miss me at midnight in the empty void of just another somebody. Does breaking me feel good? When long hugs were my way of telling you not to go, here I stand brave enough deleting your number, no longer calling you when my gloss runs red. To catch a falling maple is to fall madly in love, so why do my issues never resolve with a tissue? See the trees span a canopy of maples shimmering in the autumn glow of solar dust. It has swallowed the already tasteful night. air saturating the sky with odor of sweet seasoning of pumpkin spice. The aroma justifies a latte evening served the classic foamy leaf with the first sip coating my insides. Achieving nirvana, leaving a white stash behind. To be madly in love is a latte indeed. Please give me remedy. Save me as I plummet into the depths of the sea. Rescue me from my drowning sorrow. Put me in recovery. Resuscitate and revive my undying body. I need healing. Away from my lungs and into my heart. Inject me. Medicate me in hopes that I no longer have to feel. Wandering in the dark in search of light. With the wings of Icarus you have given me. What you wear is how you show the world who you are. Going by the book for black and white, but it dares to bleed color. It reveals passion to one's passing by invoking radiance as a newborn confidence. Stand out in the crowd, just like the stars in the sky. Neon city lights do not satisfy the beauty in the darkness that the bright lights will harness. Break free the cocoon into the beautiful butterfly. Now would Mama be proud?